Earlier this month, we received a release of one of the most highly anticipated video game consoles of all time, the sequel to one of the highest selling consoles, the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I don't want this video to be too long, and I don't want to really be repeating things that you could probably find all over the internet, but I just want to talk about the initial first month of the Switch 2 releasing. It's a big console, one that broke the world whenever it was first released, so let's just give my thoughts about what I think of the brand new console that will battle the likes of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, maybe even the next gen of those consoles for years to come now. Now, from the initial few weeks, from what I've analyzed, this is a very worthy successor to one of the best consoles ever. And yes, the Switch 2 is not a revolutionary leap from the original, but it takes what was great about the Nintendo Switch and it makes everything just better. A bigger, higher resolution screen, more powerful processors, more onboard storage, magnetic Joy-Cons. Even the kickstand to support the console in desktop mode is a major upgrade. I also do feel that the build quality feels superb, and everything just works as seamlessly and as satisfyingly as you'd expect. Backwards compatibility with the original Switch catalog is an excellent move from Nintendo, and playing original games on the bigger screen and with enhanced updates where availability is brilliant. Now for the Switch and for the Switch 2, I have those to play Nintendo games. I don't care for the third-party games. I will play those on PC or Xbox or PlayStation. I don't worry about the third party. I go there to play the Nintendo exclusives. And might I say, Mario Kart World is a fantastic game. Now, I love Mario Kart World. I love the characters. I love the, I guess I just love the ability to kind of drive through every track. You can drive from track to track if you're doing a Grand Prix. I really love just the freedom it has and the concept of it. But I will say there are some things about the Switch 2 and the Mario Kart World release in the first month that I do feel like was kind of bad. And I know it's a funny concept, but the cameras for Mario Kart World were just weird. I feel like it was kind of scummy just to, I don't know, just add those on. I personally don't really pay attention to anybody's face when they're driving, so I don't know why you would want the cameras. It's funny to do it with friends, but I don't see why people would do that while they're racing. If any of what I just said there makes sense, please let me know. Now, one of the most important things to me whenever it comes to video games are the visuals, the graphics, if you will. And the Switch Junior does it pretty well. It does a fantastic job with the graphics. It supports up to 4K resolution when docked and up to 120 frames per second in handheld mode. It also includes features like DLSS and ray tracing thanks to its custom NVIDIA processor and GPU. Like I said before as well, it can also run games designed for the original Switch, and these games often run better on the new hardware. I might add that Tears of the Kingdom looks brilliant on the Switch 2. And also the Switch 2's screen supports a variable refresh rate up to 120 Hz, which can further enhance the smoothness of gameplay. And it's not even exactly a month since this console has released, so any downsides are very small for this console. There isn't a huge catalog of new Switch 2 software to try yet, but I'm sure there is plenty in the pipeline. One of my biggest gripes, I guess, with the new console is the main menu UI isn't improved from the original Switch, which is a bit of a missed opportunity as the original always felt like a bit clunky and sparse in its presentation. The move to microSD express cards is also a little inconvenient, and it feels like a forced and expensive upgrade where none was really needed. Back to Mario Kart World though, I think it's a great new addition to the franchise. 24-player races are chaotic and exciting, and the overall racing experience is as near to perfect as it has ever been. Knockout races are my new go-to for a fun and quick play session, and I'm sure I'll be diving into the open world a lot more as time goes by. Graphics, sound, and gameplay are all there in this game, and I'm looking forward to getting to experience this with more people. Now, I know this thing went for $450 whenever it was first released, but it feels like a $450 console, the Switch 2 does. The metal-ish combined with plasticky design feels so premium, and when you hold this thing for the first time, it feels like it was made from like the International Space Station. It is insane. I also really like the idea of magnetic Joy-Cons. I think this was a great new gimmick from Nintendo, that is the magnetism. It's just way more durable and sturdy than the original Switch. I can't even really get them off the system by just pulling anymore. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but if you're worried about your Switch 1 digital-only games not being able to be played on the Switch 2, don't worry, there is a system transfer which brings over everything that was on your old Switch, and now you can play it on the Switch 2 with a lot more additions and upgrades on the new console. Now, another thing that I really just don't think I like about this console, it's really just something I don't like about any Nintendo console, it's of course the power. Nintendo consoles are always going to be underpowered in my opinion. It's just they focus on the quality of the games rather than the quality of their systems. This console is nowhere near PS5 level. I think it might be between Xbox Series S and maybe PS4 Pro, which for me it's okay. I wish it could be a little bit better though, because man, it's a much more powerful system. You can do so much more on it than the original Switch. I feel like Nintendo just should have maybe upped it a little bit. A few more little nitpicky things. There are no themes that you can customize your Switch with. There's no Xenoblade, Pokemon, Zelda ones, or not even different colors, which I'm fine with. I never did that with my original Switch, but I know a lot of people that do like that. They like being able to put different designs or just customize the Switch, so maybe that'll come in a later update. The system does run hot and the handheld battery still dies super quickly. You can maybe get around 2 hours handheld, but obviously if you're more of a dock player like me, it shouldn't be a problem. You're fine. If you're looking for a portable gaming device with a bigger punch, or if you're a fan of the Switch, the Nintendo Switch 2 is an excellent choice. I never doubted Nintendo's abilities to make a good console. I was worried that we were maybe not going to get a lot of launch titles, which we really didn't. We got Mario Kart World, that was pretty much it. But the ability to have backwards compatibility and play older games from the older Switch is a very nice touch. And the way that you can transfer all of your data from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2 is another great feature. I don't even know if I talked about the actual look of this console, but I love the look of it. The blue outline on the left Joy-Con, the red outline on the right Joy-Con, they look 10 times better than the Switch 1, which I liked the colors on the Switch 1, but the Switch 2 just looks more cleaner. It looks like a PlayStation, okay? It looks like it's trying to be like the PS5 going with the drastic difference from the PS4 or any of the other consoles. I really like the look of this one. Did I mention as well that you can use these Joy-Cons as a mouse? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh yeah, one huge rage boner I have for this console though is the prices. $80 for a game is really pushing it, and this is just, I don't know, that's a crazy thing. If you bought the bundle, you would have saved $30 on Mario Kart World, but buying $80 for other video games, unless it's like genuinely worth it, is not it, man. Overall, this will surely turn out to be another extremely successful and well-supported console from Nintendo. And I'm looking forward to seeing what developers will do in the future. I love the feel of this console. I love the power of this console. I love the look. I love the features so far. This is a great console. And I'm glad that we got something new from Nintendo, because I made a Nintendo Switch 2 video back in, I believe, March. It was about the rumors of this console. The console wasn't even announced yet when I made that video. We had no clue what was going to happen with this console. But now that it's out, now that it is finally being able to be played for the first time, and we are getting the first look at the next generation of Nintendo, things are looking brighter in the future of the Big Red Machine. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I also want to know if you guys got a Switch 2. If so, how has your experience been? What games have you played? How is you playing Mario Kart World gone? Let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching this video. This has been just a quick little review for the Nintendo Switch 2. It's been out for, I'm gonna say, a month. It's been out for a whole month now. So let me know what you guys think. And without further ado, I'm out of here. Goodbye.